I'll be honest. I mean, it's been quite a while since I've been able to kind of get old and have a chat with you. To be honest, so you might even know what this chat's about. I mean, I'm not gonna,
I don't really, but Patar kind of spelled it out a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Admittedly, probably. Yeah. Same. But no, obviously, I understand. I mean, this is just. I suppose I wanted to have a chat with you just out of respect. And Steve's called me, and obviously he's told me he's like the new second in command. And he said.
2ISD.
Yeah, exactly. 2ISD. But I'll be honest, just because I suppose of the respect that you showed me when I was not umming and ahhing as such, but just kind of, I suppose, finding my feet and seeing what I wanted to get into, since we all came back. I wanted to give you the respect of kind of a conversation, and pretty much as soon as, I either, I suppose, went into a different venture, or, I just wanted to, be very open and honest with you about that. And not that it's, like I say, not that you're really necessarily going to care. But I have joined a group.
I'm guessing they have a proper name, but like Jason and Eugene and all them, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, Civ Gang is the name. I don't really know if I'll be honest. Even I'm, I suppose, learning things day by day. It's very wild. It's very crazy. It's definitely a bit of a mix up from, I suppose, even what the Mandem was, and yeah. So I just wanted to be very open and honest with you. Obviously, out of respect, I've not been anywhere near the house, and I wouldn't do that. But I do have, obviously, the key. And there you go. That's yours. I don't want
appreciate that
or anything like that. I don't. I'm not even interested in that. At the end of the day, I bought into that with you boys when we first came here, and I suppose as far as I'm concerned, my relationship with you and the rest of the boys remains the same. Still, like, regardless, I've got your guys' backs. If you need anything, this isn't the end of that.
Yeah, no, I spoke to the reason why Patar even mentioned what was going on, because Patar called me and he was like, he kind of asked me, he was like, what would be your opinion if I went and joined Civ Gang? And I was just honest with him. I was like, look, my opinion on you is not going to change, because I've known, this is like applies to you as well. I've known you and him way longer than like most in the city, right? So personal opinions of both you and him in that group wouldn't change, but like I wouldn't be being honest if I didn't say I know about and have been warned of stigmas around that group that don't necessarily align with my morals. That doesn't change how I see you and him, but like, from what I've heard from the group, it's not particularly aligned with my morals. But if that's where you are, that's where you are. It's no more than that to me,
Yeah, no, I get that. And yeah, admittedly, I suppose the people that some people have said stuff to me, and I suppose the people that I necessarily find my closest with, like I'm closest to in that group, aren't them people. But I suppose at the end of the day, if I choose to align myself with them, I suppose that's the I'll face the actions of me making that decision, and that's something, for the.
I mean, I know your ethics. I know you. I know where you stand. Like, I know it ain't gonna be a from you thing. Obviously, yeah, it's just a word gets around, isn't it? I think it's one of them.
I get that.
Like
100%, yeah, 100% it does. And it's just the way the city works, mate.
But I also understand that you could have a group of 15 people, and then 2 of those people could make a dumb decision to do something with cops or whatever, and then that comes back on the whole group. Like,
yeah,
I know for sure it ain't gonna be everyone, but it's just that it's unfortunate that will stick to.
I mean, what I've seen, I haven't really seen any of that. I'll be honest, but I know. Like I say, if people have, and but like I said, people can have their opinions, and quite rightly so. I'm not going to go around and try and be like a, I suppose, an ambassador for that and try and change everybody's mind. Like, some people's minds are made up, and that's fair enough. Everyone's kind of their own person.
Yeah. I ain't gonna change my opinion on you, bro. Ultimately, I will see you as you anyway. Like, we don't really have too much of a crossover with the group, but individually, like. It's still, if I see you as blessed, like always.
No, 100%. And I think I'll be honest. I came down. I did some Sandy with Saint and Tatty earlier, and it's good to see this. There was fucking loads of boys on the block. So I mean, I don't know what I've missed. I'm not really sure, kind of, you know, how you're doing things, how that's expanding, but it definitely looks like it's going in the right direction. I think you know where I stand with, I suppose, the gang life, and I think as much as I enjoyed, you know, I enjoyed it. I'm definitely, I suppose this group suits kind of, I suppose, the mindset that I'm in a bit more now than, you know.
I always knew that was going to be a barrier, right? Like, or a path that people would have to cross. It was pretty, with the manor, it was pretty clear that it wouldn't be absolutely everyone from Mandem, because it definitely is more on that. It sides way more on the gang side than Mandem did, right? So it's, for the people who weren't on that, I kind of figured that it wouldn't work. I don't like, it doesn't change anything. Like, you don't need to be in the manor to be cool with the boys.
Yeah, no, and I suppose that was kind of one of my reasons, I suppose, for wanting to do something different. Is I don't want to hold back, I suppose. Not hold back, but just, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, I didn't want to necessarily, I suppose, be that person that kind of like opposed just because of that's the way I was feeling, you know.
Gotta do what's best for you, bro. If that's what's best for you, then yeah, run it.
100%. I mean, who knows, mate? It's
I guess in Patar's kind of on the same trajectory, right? Because every time I speak to, I haven't, in fairness, I haven't heard too much from him, but I know he was telling me that CG was something he was trying to pursue, but then now it seems more so that he's on the Civ Gang thing, right?
I'm not going to speak for him because I don't really know where his head's at, but I know he was, but like I say, he's been doing a lot more shit with CG recently, so I'm not sure. Because I think with the stuff that he wants to do, obviously connections and I suppose people trusting him and his word and the people he surrounds himself with is pretty much, you know, a very, you know.
He's a bit scared of the stigma.
Yeah, maybe, you know. But also, like I say, if he's got an opportunity with Changang, I mean, that's not an opportunity you necessarily get every day, is it? So he maybe wants to explore that with, yeah, I suppose, as much as he can before he makes his decision.
Yeah, I just told him he got to be careful to not get used, though.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
Because really getting into that core CG of when you're brought through to do everything is, like...
100%,
difficult.
and I think the way... Yeah, I mean, there's a few people who said this to me. I even spoke to, like, I was doing Sally with Flippy one day, and he said exactly the same thing. He said it's fine that you guys have built what you've built, but now it kind of puts that target on you, whether, because obviously me and Patar did our little business together where we had, you know, we got our Bitcoin farm and everything. It does, you know, yeah, you've made yourself useful, but what do people want you for? Do they want you for you, or do they want you because you're bringing a massive, you know, amount of stuff to the group?
It's that saying, isn't it? Being friends with everyone can leave you friends with no one if you're not careful.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why it's good that you picked somewhere, like, because ultimately it didn't matter where you went to me. I just wanted to make sure that you got out of that limbo state, because that limbo state is difficult. Cause you can't go 100% with anything, can you? Because you're fucking still figuring out where to put your feet.
I know it sounds very silly, but you'll probably see, you know, me around the boys more now that I've made that decision. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, especially like the morning. Like, don't get me wrong, I hang around with Els quite a bit, but I suppose when you're, because I didn't want to seem. I know you were very, you know, the way you dealt with it was, you know, I thought was very respectful, you know, and I appreciate it. Obviously, when people were, I suppose, trying to, you know, push your decision, but I didn't want to make it seem like I was, you know, using or doing something, or not even, because I'll be honest, there was. You know, there was times where I just genuinely didn't necessarily know, but I suppose joining a group wasn't even at the forefront of what I was doing. I just wanted to kind of exist, you know? And this, I'll be honest, me joining this group, it really did come out of nowhere. It actually started with me just kind of doing some jobs with people, like literally civilian stuff, got talking, and then it happened very, very fast. And it was, I suppose it was, you know, it was nice how it happened. But, yeah, I mean, it definitely took like, I suppose, caught me off guard. But when you ask that question, you know, like, do you want to join? If they're being straight with you, you got to make that decision. You know, it's either a yes or a no, in my opinion. I didn't want to be like, well, I'll think about it, because, you know, if you're starting a relationship off on that, then, you know, you kind of half in from the start.
Yeah. No, it's good, bro. Like, ultimately, I'm happy that you found a place, innit?
Yeah.
For sure.
No,
like, I'll say the same thing to you as I said to Patar. Like, doesn't, like, still love, like, there's people in your group that I'll fuck with as well. But, like, there is also a handful of people in that group that, like, just on a pure business level, like, the manor probably won't work with. But when it comes down to you, like, it's always calm. Like, if you want to do anything with the boys, you don't need to worry about your life. It's all blessed.
Yeah, no, 100%. I appreciate that.